All right, welcome to a Robot Adventures review of Star Trek Picard. So, today is March 22nd, 2020. And yeah, I've been watching Star Trek. If you have Amazon Prime overseas, you can get it for free. Children, do not watch this video. This video is not made for you. Okay, so this is my fourth go at this. Because I just start talking about the story. And it just runs so long because and then he did this, and then he did this, and then he did this. So I'm gonna just try to talk about the issues I have and some of the theories and what I hope will be answered in episode 10. And I like the show. I like it, and I like Discovery. It's not TNG. It's not TOS. It's its own thing, and it's kind of like, hey, we're kind of different, and I like that, and I like the change. And I don't want to go back to TNG, the original series, and and it's kind of campy and stuff like that. I kind of like, hey, we're kind of doing something new, and we still have they have the universe, so I like it. And that being said, there are always plot holes in even great stories. Like, that's always like, what? Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they? This would have been easier. But why didn't they just ride the Eagles to Mount Doom? And why didn't Thor or why didn't Hulk snap, or why didn't Captain Marvel snap? It would have been done quicker, but nope. So, but that's the story we get, because that's the story that's told. There were infinite other alternative stories, but the ones we see are the ones we see. So, Picard. I want to just talk about 6, 7, and 8, and 9. And there are 1, 2, 3, about I want to say six issues that I have with Picard, and it's like, what? Why did you do that? Was there an explanation for that? I mean, because it seems kind of dumb, and it doesn't. It's like, wow, that was kind of bad, or that should have been done, or something. So I'm gonna try not to talk about the actual story, because that just runs way too long. So first thing, and it started in episode 6 really, but I guess it started in episode 1 too. But so in episode 6 they really like to do these like low shots of like Soji walking. And it's like, we're walking. There's a lot of bare feet in this, and like kind of yoga, kind of like pajama stuff. And also in maybe the first episode we had Daj, romantic in bare feet. And it's like, okay, well, maybe it's cool and hip. We're all kind of mellow and chilling in the crib. And it's still called a crib, right? People still go, or is there another cool name for your apartment or house? But what it always gets me is like, okay, all right, they're doing a lot of this stuff, but then it's like, oh, now we're in battle mode, and it's like, what? We're fighting now in bare feet, and I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, okay. And this, when I first saw it in the first episode, what are you doing? paddling in your bare feet. And this is just John McClane. This is Die Hard. This is, oh look, there's a whole bunch of broken glass. How am I going to get across? I'm barefoot. And I was like, why did you set that up? And every time I see that, I was like, what are you guys doing? Are you just setting up something or something? So I just like, okay, all right, you guys like doing all, and then the like meditation-y stuff, or like Zen masters and all. So I'll get back to the bare feet thing. So the second issue was after they did like the Romulan mind trance thing to get Soji to, look into her dreams about her past and figure out the location of her home planet, so they can go kill all the synths. So they do like, oh, now you're walking and you're meditating, you're going back into your past, like hypnosis or something. And then she's like, oh yeah, I see these two red suns, moons or something, a lot of electricity and stuff. And they're like, okay, we got it. Boom. Let's kill Soji. And yeah, we're gonna go figure out that place and go kill all of the synths. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's good. And it's revealed that later in episode 9, it's like, oh yeah, Soji and Daj were on a special mission. They're on a mission to figure out, about like who's wanting to get them, who's out to get them. And it's just, they infiltrate the Romulans, and they go to the Federation and stuff, and like, oh. So the synths were built with the location of their home world. Yeah. Why, if in any other situation, it'd be like, oh, why did you? Oh, I'm a secret spy. I've got a map to our, hidden base. Oh, you figured out, you got the map to my hidden base. Why the fuck did you have the map to your hidden base? You don't need that. You're on a secret mission. You were built for this secret mission. And it's like, why? Why did they have that knowledge in them? It's just like, okay, that's like the linchpin, the Achilles heel. Like, oh, we found the information. It was in you all the time. Oh, you had it with you. It's just like, you're a stupid ass dumbass. So I was like, okay, yeah, all right. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna kill you. All right, so then she's all barefoot in her meditation thing and her pajamas and stuff like that. And then it's like, oh, here comes the gas, and we see you in this room. And no one can track you in this room, but we know where you are. And then she starts breaking through the floor, and and then she has to jump through the floor, and she gets all scratched up and stuff, but apparently her feet are perfect. And then she's like, okay, we gotta run, battle our way from here. Well, she just jumps through the floor, and then, hey, look, it's Picard, hey. And then he's like, come with me. And she's like, who the fuck are you? So the Romulans weren't tracking her? They didn't know where she was? It's like, hey, just call down. Hey, she just went one level down. Romulans, go get her. They didn't do that. It's like, oh, where is she? Oh, I don't know. And she escapes, and Hugh opens up the thing, and the Queen's chamber, and she's running in there all barefoot and scratched up, but maybe she's still okay. And and then they get to Hugh like so they just warp out of there, and Elnor comes in and helps Hugh. It's like, hey, all right, so you guys are gonna battle the Romulans while Picard and Soji escape. Okay, that's all right. So they're all gonna meet over on Riker's land. Okay, and it's like, a little bit sad that Riker's first kid was died because they had the synth ban on, and they couldn't they couldn't they couldn't make the cure because they didn't have a positronic brain matrix. And I was like, really? That was the reason? You're on, you don't have to be in Federation space. You don't have to be part of the Federation. You can just leave the Federation, go off somewhere, and then do the thing. And you got somebody who's really good, maybe number 3 in the Federation with positronic brains. His name is Geordi. You just say, hey, Geordi, hey, can you hook me up? My kid's dying. You got like Soon, Maddox, and maybe Geordi is next. I don't know. It's like, it doesn't have to be an android brain. It doesn't have to be a small... No, you can make it big. And then, just have that processing power to, make the antidote. But, no, they didn't do that. It was like, oh, okay, our kid died, and I don't know how much effort was made to save him. So, I was like, really? That's... It's like, yeah, dude, there are a lot of illegal things. And people find a way to get the illegal things. So I was like, really? Okay, your son died because of some fucking band. I don't know. I thought that was kind of weak. And, yeah, but I thought it was touching where the little girl, I forgot her name. She's like, oh, why don't you be, Kirk's daughter or something like that? You can have each other. And that was kind of nice because, she's kind of maybe Data's daughter, or a descendant. And next, so they get over to Soji's world, and they all crash land, and which I thought was pretty cool. The battle and like, and so Narek, he was taken captive, and this is where it gets a little shadowy, confusing, vague. So Soji's like, oh man, I hate you. I don't like you at all. And then Saga, one of the other androids, she's like, oh, I'm kind of naive. I don't know what's going on here. And he's like, we've never had a prisoner. And he, Narek tries to, get her open the gate and stuff like that. And after Sutra takes the admonition, then she's like, oh, I know it's not a warning, it's a promise from these AIs that live out in the edge of the galaxy or something. I'll get back to that. So it kind of looks like, yeah, she does like this another mind rape thing. It's like, maybe there are a couple of and I think episode 6 or 7, it opens up with like Commander O just going boom, mind rape, and dropping in the admonition, and that's what gets Girardi to do all the stuff she did. I thought it was nasty. It's like she puked, blah, and then she's like, here, eat this tracking device. Like, yum, 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 yum. Puke and tracking device tastes yummy. And then later on in the episode, she was also more puking. But yeah, so that's kind of like it's not really clear what happened there with Narek, and there are a couple of possibilities and some issues. Yeah, I want to see what happens in 10. So maybe they'll reveal what actually happened. So what we saw was Soji talking to Picard about, what if there was another way to end the conflict without killing people. And then before that, we see, and at the same time it's kind of overlaid with like a voiceover and stuff like that. We see Sutra go into ask Saga to leave and go into Narek's cell and starts talking to him, and he says, I don't know if my desire to kill you outweighs my immediate need for you. And it's like, there's time for that later or something. So there's something like, and then she has, how, do you want to escape, or how do you want to escape? So she's got a plan. And later we see that it's like, and Soji's talking with Picard. It's like, what if there's another way to, handle this without, killing and stuff. And it's like, what are you getting on about? And then you hear Saga. She's like, and she gets stabbed in the eye. Or they run over there and just stab it. And Sun is in there. Sun is already there, in there with Saga. It's like, but none of the other androids are there. It's like, what's Sun doing there? That's another. And she's like, I should have killed him. And why didn't I kill him? So here are a couple of ideas. So either Sutra, the one that could do the mind meld, went over there, set him free for some reason, and I'll talk to that. That's really unclear. Doesn't make really any sense. Or she went in there, put a mind meld on him, and then set him free so that he could be like reverse mind meld him, so that he would turn against the Romulans. Maybe that happened. Or it was this is the other scenario that doesn't really make any sense. Is she was like, do you want to escape? And then maybe she left the door open, and then Saga came in and he stabbed her, and then he ran off. Which, like, why did you let him run off like that? Why did you kill Saga? And one of the reasons is Saga, it's like she was an android. It's like, look, the organics killed an android. And now we have to fight them. So let's all unite and fight the organics. Yay. Or if the plan was to kill the organics all the time, why didn't Sutra just kill Narek and kill Saga and just blame it on Narek and say, okay, well, we got one less organic, and now we can still rally the forces against the organics. If she's the evil one, that would be killing another android. Or the other possibility is because there was a voiceover, and with the action happening, it's not clear whether it happened sequentially or if one thing happened and it's not. If it's not done sequentially, then another possibility would have been that Soji actually dressed up as Sutra, and she went in there and said, I don't know if and then she set Narek free because Soji didn't want a lot of killing. So if she went in there as Sutra and maybe left the door unlocked or something, and then left, and then Saga came back and Narek was like, fuck this, I'm out of here, and killed Saga, and then took off. And then when he did that, Soji came back and said, "Oh fuck, I chose the wrong one," and Saga got killed, and she's like, "Oh man," she regrets that, like Girardi regretted killing Maddox. So that's a thing. And the last thing, I'm still going long. The last thing is the AI situation. So it's kind of silly. The premise is that once the androids get to a certain level, that they will, they can, they will be seen as a threat, and the AI at the edge of the system will come back and help them. It's like, oh, we got these super strong AIs that can kill organics and or the other synths or something, synthetic life forms that are going to come and help us. That's the premise. But if those synths are super powerful and can kill organics, then why don't they just kill the organics and just make more synths? Why do they even need these low grade level synths? Why aren't they just making more synths? And if they're so powerful, why don't they just have this is the synth part of space? It's like, oh yeah, we're the synths. Like we're the Romulans, like we're the Klingons, like we're the somethings. Yeah, just stay out of our area. We're gonna live over here happy and stuff like that. It doesn't I don't know why they do that. Do they need organics to make synths? But the organics are just making tools and just making them with tools. The synths, if there's they can just make more synths. So that's like, what is that? That seems just weird, or that's got to be like some kind of twist or something. But yeah, Thursday or Friday here, we'll get the episode 10 and we'll see what's going on. But yeah, and also is soon lore. That's also the last thing. But yeah, he seems kind of, if he has his motion chip, and he's supposed to be, I think, at Starfleet somewhere. But what if Maddox, broke him out or something? Who knows? All right, guys. So those are my issues with Star Trek. Still like it. I think it's great. They're setting up for a big battle at the Synth's homeworld. They were making some more orchids, and they've got Starfleet coming in with some ships, and the Borg cube might get repaired. We got the Rangers still out there. Who knows how many of those there are? And so it's gonna be a battle. And Mark Bernard from Fat Man on Batman, he's writing season 2. So this is maybe gonna be good. So all right. Let me know what you think. If you have any answers to any of those situations, those problems. I don't think they were answered, and so. All right, guys. Take care. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.